Hello everyone, welcome to War Factory. In the previous episode, in our series on Iranian weapons used in the war context, we introduced the Qadr liquid-fueled medium-range missile. In this episode, we will introduce another major Iranian system, the Emad single-stage liquid-fueled medium-range ballistic missile. Without further delay, let's get straight to the topic. In the late 2000s, the Qadr missile completed development and officially entered service. At the same time, the Aerospace Industries Organization under Iran's Ministry of Defense began improvement programs for the Qadr missile. As mentioned previously, one of Qadr's main issues was its very weak maneuverability of the warhead within the atmosphere, resulting in poor penetration capability and making it relatively easy to intercept. Iran also recognized this problem. They modified the warhead from a traditional conical shape to a triconic, bicone, structure. The rear cone section was fitted with 4 control fins, and it is believed that 4 control thrusters were installed around the midsection of the warhead. This allowed full attitude control of the warhead during flight, improving both accuracy and penetration capability. The missile equipped with this new warhead was named Emad, after Emad Mughniya, a senior military commander of Hezbollah who was killed in 2008. The Emad missile specifications are as follows: length, 15.5 meters, diameter, 1.25 meters, launch weight, 17.5 tons, warhead weight, 750 kilograms, explosive payload, approximately 500 kilograms, blast radius, around 200 meters, range 1,700 kilometers, launch preparation time, less than 20 minutes. Development began in the early 2010s. It was publicly tested in 2015 and entered service a few years later. Like the Qadr missile, Emad is primarily launched using TEL, Transporter Erector Launcher, vehicles, consisting of a truck tractor and trailer-based launch system. However, Emad also introduced a new launch method, underground missile city launch facilities. This system consists of rail-mounted launch vehicles, preparation zones, launch zones. The rail vehicle can carry 5 or more missiles, serving as both transport and launch platform. Missiles are first prepared in the preparation area, then docked with the rail vehicle. After launch readiness is completed, the rail vehicle moves into the launch zone. The first missile is aligned with the launch shaft and fired. Then the vehicle moves forward to align and launch the next missile, repeating the process until all missiles are launched. Iran believes that compared to traditional TEL launches, underground launch facilities improve concealment, increase short-term launch efficiency. However, this system also has weaknesses. The structure of underground launch halls offers less resistance to heavy strikes compared to dispersed mobile launch systems. Additionally, the presence of launch shafts makes these facilities easier to detect via satellite reconnaissance, turning them into priority targets. Due to cost and engineering constraints, Iran cannot construct dozens or hundreds of such facilities like they can deploy TEL vehicles. These limitations reduce survivability, making them vulnerable to precision strikes and likely to be destroyed early in a conflict. During the 2024 True Promise operation, Emad and Qadr were used together on a large scale for the first time. Because Emad inherited the Qadr's guidance system based on GMSS, satellite navigation, it also inherited a key weakness: susceptibility to GPS interference. This could degrade accuracy from tens of meters to over 80 meters. As a result, overall strike effectiveness was limited. After the operation, Iran implemented upgrades, improved satellite guidance modules, warhead redesign. The rear cone of the dual-cone warhead was retained, while the front section was modified into a more aerodynamic conical shape, improving flight stability, increasing payload capacity, and enhancing accuracy. The upgraded missile was named Emad-T, IDMAT, and was showcased at Iran's National Aerospace Exhibition in 2025. On June 13, 2025, While Iran was at a high state of military readiness, it was subjected to a sudden attack by Israel. Many TEL launch vehicles on standby were destroyed early that morning. Several underground missile facilities were also targeted and disabled. With underground launch capability lost, Emad had to revert to TEL-based launches, operating alongside Qadr missiles. During the conflict, Emad was equipped with maneuverable warheads, allowing limited trajectory adjustments during terminal phase, which improved penetration and accuracy compared to earlier versions. It also received anti-jamming upgrades, reducing the impact of satellite signal interference. After the outbreak of conflict on February 28, 2026, Emad continued to be used in combination with Qadr, and upgraded variants began to appear in operations. Currently, Emad accounts for approximately 20% of total missile launches, making it one of the primary strike systems. However, with large-scale use, especially in saturation attacks, both Qadr and Emad began showing increased failure rates. Examples include March 20th, a missile launched from Yazd province lost propulsion shortly after launch and crashed into a valley. March 21st, a missile launched from the Khomeini base near Isfahan exploded mid-air shortly after launch. March 24th, a Qadr missile carrying a heavy payload detonated at high altitude during terminal phase, with debris falling into Lebanese territory. These failures may have two possible causes: Iran intentionally prioritizing the use of older missiles with lower manufacturing standards and aging components, depletion of newer missile stockpiles, forcing the use of older inventory. Which explanation is correct remains open to interpretation. As a missile system produced for over a decade with stockpiles likely in the hundreds, Emad, like Qadr, will continue to serve as one of Iran's primary response weapons. Due to the destruction of many above-ground solid fuel production facilities, liquid-fueled systems like Qadr and Emad, which are easier to produce underground, are expected to become the backbone of Iran's future missile production. They will continue to serve as a key component of Iran's strategic strike capability. Up to this point, through episodes 1, 5, and 6 of this series, we have covered most of Iran's liquid-fueled medium-range missile systems used in this conflict. In the next episode, we will shift focus from medium-range to short-range systems and introduce Iran's liquid-fueled short-range missiles. That's all for this episode. If there are any weapons you'd like to discuss or topics you want me to cover, feel free to leave a comment. Please like, bookmark, and support the channel. Your support is my biggest motivation to continue creating content. See you in the next episode.